So my daughter's birthday is coming up and I wanted to do something special for her. So I decided to paint a watercolor birthday card with a cake and candles. And I first sketched the cake and candles. And if you want to skip this step, I'll leave a link in the description area along with a link to the materials that I used. I'm painting the card on this deckled edged handcrafted watercolor paper, and I have matching envelopes with it. So stay tuned and we'll get started. So I'm thinking that I want my cake to be pink. So I'm going to start out with some rose madder, a very light wash of it. And I'm using a number 5 round brush. And I'm just painting a light wash of the rose madder onto the cake. And I'll be adding to this as I go forward, building on the layers and giving the cake more dimension. I'm going to add some more concentrated rose madder on the right side, because this is going to be the shaded side of the cake. And then a little bit underneath this icing here. Just a tiny bit on the icing. As well as add some of this rose madder onto the top of the cake. I'm only going to wet the area that I want to add pigment to, so I'm going to be careful not to get any of the rose madder onto my candles. And the pigment goes where the water is, so this is a good technique to learn if you don't want to take the time to mask out the candles and the icing. I'm going to let this dry and we'll be back. Now while my cake is still drying, I think I'm just going to paint in a little bit of yellow in the candles for the flame. And just drop in some of this permanent rose. But I feel like I added too much, so I'm going to try to lift some of that. There we go. I got Maxwell on my lap, bumping my arm. It takes skill to paint watercolors with a cat on your lap. Now that my pink is dry, I'm going to go in and paint the icing. And I want to paint that a nice turquoise blue. This is a very simple yet whimsical birthday card. Now, if you don't let the pink dry completely, your blue will bleed right into the pink. So this is why it's important to be patient with this process. And we're going to let this dry and we'll be back to paint the candles. Now I have these metallic glitter gel pens, and I thought it might be cute to draw in a cake stand so that my birthday cake is not floating in the air. I'm going to draw these little whimsy decorative elements. These pens work really well on this paper. And they give a nice little sparkle, which makes it fun for a birthday card. Now I'm going to go in and paint the candles and then finish up with some sparkly gel pens. I'm going to paint the candles very pale, permanent rose, just to differentiate them from the background. And then I'm going to go in and add design elements with the sparkling gel pens. I'm going to let this dry first before I add my design elements. While that's drying, I decided to add a little bit more sparkle to the frosting underneath here. Just to the front ones, because typically in the back that should be lighter the further away it is. And feel free to go crazy with your cake. Add all sorts of designs or whatever you like. Candles are still a little bit damp, so we're going to let that dry some more. So now that our candles are dry, we can go in and add our design elements. And for the center candle, I'm going to just draw in some vibrant pink polka dots because that's fun. And then for this candle, just going to draw in half circles in turquoise blue. And for the other candle, I'm going to just draw in some diagonal lines. And probably add a little bit of a shadow at the bottom of the candles so they don't look like they're floating in mid-air. And there you have it. A charming little birthday card. And you can use the gel pens to write your personalized greeting on the inside. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more weekly watercolor tutorials. Your support helps me bring more creative projects like this one to life. Happy painting and see you next time.